Hey everybody, my name is Eugene Capon. Welcome to my YouTube channel where I try to bring you as much value as I can in 5 minutes. Now, I've been a professional content creator in one way or another for about a decade, and I can honestly say, just like any career you will ever choose, the more knowledge you have, the better you'll be off. Or what do they say? If knowledge is power, then books are the gateway. Now, I do want to introduce 5 different books that I highly recommend for anybody who is a professional content creator or just needs a little bit more motivation in this area. Now, in this list of 5 books, I'm not including The YouTube Formula by Daryl Eves, and that's simply because I haven't finished the book. I haven't finished it, so I can't include it in my list, but these 5 other books that I am listing, I highly recommend for anybody who wants to be a professional content creator. And let's just get started. So the first book I have on my list is Steve Stockman's Shoot Video That Doesn't Suck. Now, not everybody can go to school for YouTube or go to school for film or to learn to be a marketer. Some people are DIY, and that is absolutely fine. If you've ever wanted to pick up a resource that allows you to learn proper editing, video techniques, how to put together a storyline, and then, how to really tie everything in together, this book is probably my favorite recommendation for anybody looking to start a YouTube channel. Anybody who wants to learn about baseline filmmaking and really get into the little details of how to create video that, well, doesn't suck. The second book I have on my list is called The One Thing by Gary Keller. My first job out of college was I worked at a YouTube consulting agency called Press Play. The gentleman who actually owned that agency was a real estate agent, so Press Play was actually inside of a Keller Williams. Now, everybody on staff was kind of required to read this book called The One Thing. Now, the whole point of the book is to basically figure out what's the most important thing that you need to take care of right now. If you've ever seen anybody with a variety channel, they want to try cooking and vlogging and gaming content, and honestly, a channel for everybody is a channel for nobody. And this book really teaches you how to focus on one thing. Now, once you can get that down, you are way more productive, you're not distracted, and if you're like me, I am incredibly ADD and I want to do everything all the time, and it's really hard to focus on just one thing. This book has a ton of tips and tricks and advice for you to be able to do that. My next book is kind of in the same category, motivation meets daily routine, and that book is The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. The Miracle Morning has probably one of the most fascinating personal stories I've read out of anybody who I've read a book about. And it basically refers to this guy being in a car accident and climbing from his job as a salesperson to redefining what his life is. And by just simply waking up earlier, he was able to take the reins of his life, be more productive, and better achieve his personal goals. Honestly, the book is just very inspirational. I recommend it to anybody who feels lost, maybe depressed. It has a great way of making you see things from probably a perspective that isn't your own, and that is why I'm recommending it. The next book is probably the best book on YouTube I've ever read. Years ago, when I first decided I wanted to learn about content creation on social media, first person I called was Benji Travis. And Benji Travis and I have been friends for probably 20 years. And we were in Boy Scouts together as kids. And when he wrote this book, YouTube Secrets, he sent it to me. And honestly, again, it is the best book on YouTube I have ever read in terms of creating a system and then going through the steps of creating money with your YouTube channel. It gets you thinking about YouTube as not just a hobby, but as a business. I love the fact that he got into YouTube in the first place was to help his girlfriend, now wife, build this 6-figure business. Is just a real inspiration to anybody who wants to do YouTube full time. Now, the last book on my list is Make Your Mark, The Creative's Guide to Building a Business with Impact. And it's a collection of personal stories from people like Jeff Bezos, Amy Poehler. It is part of a book series of 3. This is the 3rd one in the series. And I gotta tell you, if you want to be motivated and get so much personal information from a wide breadth of people, in the creative space, in the marketing space, in the business world, in the tech space, I probably recommend this book over everything else outside of YouTube. If you just want to feel inspired as a whole, this is the book I recommend. If you'd like to find a link to any of these books, there is a link down in the description. Of course, it is an Amazon affiliate link. If you just happen to pick up one of these books, I may get a little cut, but honestly, the way that Amazon gives money to content creators, it probably won't be much. And if you enjoyed this content, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe to other different things on whatever social network you are currently watching, and smash that like button. It helps the algorithm. I will see you guys in the next video.